Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Dreamfall Chapters. I am Mental Fox, and I thank you for joining me again, and I also thank you for being patient with me, as it has taken me a little while to get back to this game. Dreamfall Chapters, as you know, if you were watching this, was released as 5 books. The first book was released way back, and this was surprising to me when I saw this. It was released way back in October of 2014. And book 5 wasn't released until June of 2016. So I guess that's more than a year and a half later, right? And now it is, as I record this, it is very late on the night of July 31st. So almost August 1st. As I am recording this, so it has taken me a little bit of time to get to it. So once again, I thank you for your patience. I wanted to spend a little bit of time going back and watching my play from the previous chapters so that I would feel like I was up to speed on this. But unfortunately, I haven't had the time to do that. But I did go back and just kind of watch the last couple of episodes from book 4, so I would be at least a little bit refreshed on what's happening here. And what I saw was Keon, he had gone to Yen, the prison camp, and General Hami had caught up with him and basically demanded an explanation. And looked like he was going to allow Keon to give it to him. So hopefully that will work out fine. What didn't seem to work out fine was the Enclave was overrun. Looked like Shepard was dead. A couple other people were dead. Inu looked like she was still alive. So we'll have to figure out what's going on there. As far as Zoe, well, she gave the Soul Stone to Lux, and then soon after that, she woke up from the coma in a bed in what we thought was a hospital room, but as the camera pulled back, we saw, looked like she was in some kind of facility, maybe Wadi Corp or something. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens there. And then Saga, here you see her here. Apparently she's 14 years old. And this final interlude, well, the interlude number 3 at the very end of book 4, she shifted. She left her papa behind and shifted. Very, very sad. And then there's also the whole thing with Sister Saya and Vamon. And they have arrived with the Mistress and Mercuria, I believe. And they know that General Hami knows that Vamon is lying to General Hami, so their plan is to kill General Hami. So that's what's going on there. A whole bunch of different stories going on here. So this book here has a lot to deliver upon, since this is the last book of Dreamfall Chapters. As far as I know, I believe it is. So enough blabbering. I don't know, I hope you don't think that was blabbering. I was just trying to get you up to speed. Let's get on with Dreamfall Chapters Book 5. Gonna hit my spacebar here. Remember, I said it's very late at night. I'm tired. But I'm very eager to get into this, especially just watching the last little clips of Book 4. I was like, oh yeah, this is good stuff. So, very excited to get back into this. Let's start Book 5. So, this is a recap of some of the choices you have previously made that will have an impact on the story ahead. Why, thank you very much. Zoe. When I woke from my coma, I chose to start down a new path and find a job unrelated to my studies. Until recently, I've been working for Mira at the Pandemonium. I was hoping to learn more about neural programming. Programming that didn't pan out. The choice you made in story time has had a major impact on your journey. You can always return to the beginning to make a different choice and experience a different storyline. Reza and I are still together, It's been rough, and I don't know if we'll last, but at least we're trying. At least we have each other. Your relationship with Reza will shape your life now and forever. I handed the data proving Uminska's in Wadi Corp's pockets to Baruti, and he was murdered. But he left the data for me to find, and now I need to get it out there. I don't want his death to be without meaning. Your actions continue to affect the story. I've made the decision to remember everything. I'm trying to piece together the events that led me to this place. It's been difficult, but I'm not giving up. I will remember what happened to me. Your path changed because of this choice, and you will continue to live with the consequences. I flirted with my therapist, Dr. Roman Zelenka. I never acted on it, but I might have given the opportunity. Your actions will affect your future beyond this story. Okay? On that day in July long ago, I bought Reza cheese soup for lunch. Even the tiniest of decisions can have long-lasting repercussions, and while this particular choice will not return to haunt you, it's something to keep in mind. Yeah, the game definitely seems to want us to remember that we bought him cheese soup. The man who broke into my apartment was shot and probably killed because of what I did. I didn't know who he was or how my actions would affect him, but he was there to help me, and I still feel guilty about it. Yeah, I feel guilty about it too. Falk Friedman lived or died based on your actions. Lives were affected, and you will be reminded of his fate. Keon. While escaping Friar's Keep, I spared the warden's life. I could have easily killed him, but what purpose would that have served? Revenge is a hollow victory. Your choice had repercussions. I chose to keep Naane's secret. She remains free, and the others don't know she betrayed them. They trust her, and she's done much to deserve that trust. Naane's fate has affected the story, and the consequences will soon be apparent. Yeah, so you may remember at the end of Book 4, when they were showing that the Enclave had been attacked, Inu was lying there alive, or at least her eyes were open, and they showed Naane kneel down towards her, but they didn't really show what happened after that. Anna tried to kiss me, but I pulled away. She was hurt by my rejection, but I couldn't lead her on. I didn't want her to think I'm interested, not in that way. I haven't seen Anna since that night. Anna and you could never be, but your choice continues to affect your relationship. In order to learn about the raid on Old Town, I detained and tortured an Azadi officer. Inu and Shepard disapproved, but I earned Liko's respect and trust. The resistance pulled out of Old Town before the raid took place. Your decision affected the rebel movement as well as your relationship with Inu, Liko, Shepard, and the others in the resistance. After interrogating the officer, I ended his life. Perhaps he could have been useful to us, but he was a sexual predator and a criminal. I couldn't let him live. I gained Liko's respect while losing Inu's. She hasn't accompanied me on a mission since. Your choice to kill or spare the Azadi officer affected your relationship with Liko and Inu. I revealed some things about myself and my life that I hadn't told anyone else in the Resistance. I'm usually a private person, but it's an important part of who I am, and I saw no reason to hide that. Your friends and allies have a better understanding of who you are. I returned the pipeworker's tool after using it to open one of the tubes. Yeah, I did make it a point to run back and do that. Your actions have had consequences for Ulvik. Really? Hopefully nothing bad. I brought Liko with me on the cloud ship to Gien despite Shepard's wishes. I hope I made the right decision. Your decision to bring Liko to Gien or leave him behind continues to affect the story. Back to Zoe. Brian wanted to stay in Abnaxis' house, but I said no. Bob entrusted me with the key. I didn't feel I could leave Brian there. Maybe I was wrong. After all, I'm sure I can trust him. You will face the consequences of this choice. We'll see. Like I said, this book has a lot to deliver on. Inu was injured on this is Keon. Inu was injured in the raid on the Enclave, but with the healer in our ranks, she was back on her feet within a day. She's already eager to continue the fight. Inu was injured in the raid on the Enclave, but the severity of her wounds and her current condition are dependent on choices you've made in an earlier chapter. Well. I don't know. I have totally avoided any trailers, any news, any information about this book whatsoever, so I have no idea what to expect. Book 5, Dreamfall Chapters, Redux. Chapter 12, Recall. So there's Zoe in her bed, under what appears to be observation. Oh, hey.
Zoe, you're awake.
What? Oh, Wonkers, get off me! Oh, what time is it? Wait, where am I?
You're in the hospital, Zoe. In Casablanca. Don't you remember?
It's a different voice for him.
No.
You got really sick, and they brought you here to make you better. I've been watching over you. You've been in a coma for a long, long time.
I'm not sure. I'm confused.
You just woke up, Zoe. It must be strange to be awake again. Don't worry. It'll pass. You just need to rest. Go back to sleep now. I'll watch over you.
Wonkers, you don't sound like yourself.
Yeah, he doesn't.
You've been very sick, Zoe. You can't trust yourself right now. Just close your eyes and go back to sleep.
That's not Wonkers.
You'll feel much better afterwards.
No, I can't sleep anymore.
I wouldn't recommend that, Zoe. You're not well. You need to go back to sleep.
I need to get up.
I wouldn't recommend that, Zoe. You're not well. You need to go back to sleep.
Stop it, Wonkers.
Yeah, stop it, Wonkers. What the heck, man? Okay. Wonkers. Oh gosh, I don't remember how to play this. Let's look at him.
Good old Wonkers. For as long as I can remember, he's been there for me. Like a surrogate sibling and guardian. Best gift ever. But there's something not quite right about him. I can't put my finger on it, but he's not really Wonkers.
No, he's not, is he? Will she say anything else about him?
Good old Wonkers. For as long as I can remember, he's been there for me.
Okay.
Like a
Let's talk to
surrogate
him.
sibling and
Are
guardian.
you tired, Zoe?
Best gift
Whoa.
ever.
You must be tired.
There's
Let's go back
something
to
not
sleep.
quite right about him.
I'll stay right here.
Can't put my finger
I
on it, but
promise
he's
I
not
won't ever leave you.
really. No, I don't want to sleep anymore.
You're not feeling well. I can tell. You're exhausted. And you're seeing things that aren't real.
I don't know what's wrong, but it's not me. It's this place. It's you, Wonkers. You're all wrong.
That hurts my feelings, Zoe.
Sorry about the dialogue mix-up there. I was trying to skip her previous dialogue, but apparently I couldn't figure out how to do it. Can we say anything else to Wonkers?
You don't sound right.
You're imagining things, Zoe. You're very, very tired. Sleeping will help you feel better. You should go back to sleep. Just for a little while.
No.
No. I'm not going to do it. Let's see.
Those vitals aren't too bad.
Alright, what's over here?
Over 200 unread posts. So I was more popular in a coma than when I was awake. Encouraging.
What else can we look at in here? Oh, we can look at this card.
Flowers from Liv.
Balloon.
It's from Reza. I guess he stops by often. I mean, of course he does. I hope he's okay. It's from Reza. Thinking of you. I would hope so. Thinking of you. I would hope so.
Wardrobe. Oh. Oh, okay, cool.
No, this isn't really me anymore.
Oh, wow, that's it, huh? Oh, okay.
No, this isn't really me anymore.
So I choose things more than once because sometimes she says or does things differently on subsequent choices.
This must go into the hospital hallway.
Ooh, okay, we'll try that here in a moment.
I'd almost forgotten this. I won a competition. Second place, I think. Jama was so proud. Prouder than my dad, perhaps. Definitely prouder than me. I'd almost forgotten this.
So
I won a competition.
I don't know how to skip.
Second place, I think. Jama was
this.
so proud. Prouder than my dad, perhaps. Definitely prouder than me.
Here's another one.
Graduation day in front of Jammy Hall. Cape Town University has the most beautiful views. I spent so many lazy afternoons with friends, sitting on jammy steps and looking out over the city. I remember feeling like the end of my bioengineering degree was impossibly far away. I can't believe I actually made it to graduation. It's almost like a dream.
Mm-hmm. TV, huh?
Thanks for joining us. Things are generally going very well today. Wouldn't you say so, Marek?
Incredibly well, Rika. We'll soon be out of jobs, the both of us.
I honestly wouldn't mind one bit, Marek. Following up on yesterday's heartwarming Watty Corp story, the company behind everyone's favourite dream machine has announced that customer satisfaction has reached an unprecedented 110%.
Impressive, Rika, but who can argue? The Dreamer has changed everything.
An end to war, an end to violence, an end to poverty. What are we doing here, Marek? We should be in Dreamtime too.
You said it, Rika. You said it.
Watty Corp has also announced that surplus profits from the Dream Machine will go to sponsoring free dreamers for children in need worldwide, giving them the opportunity to escape their dreary, pointless existence for a life of endless joy and happiness inside Dreamtime.
Outstanding.
Just another reason why Watty Corp is our favourite corporation, Marek. And they're not even paying us to say that. But seriously, things are great. They are so, so good. Just trust us on that.
Very trustworthy.
Jardin de Roses. Home, sweet home for most of my tumultuous teenage years. Casablanca's a great place to grow up. Such an interesting mix of cultures and very safe and clean. But I'll have to move at some point if I want a career in bioneering. Maybe I'll go back to Cape Town or move to Europolis. I've always wanted to do that.
So we're just going to look at everything we can look at in here.
Dad and me in Casablanca.
I remember that.
Dad's been away a lot, traveling, but was still very close. I remember that day. We had one of our dad and daughter days. We walked around exploring the city, we went to a museum, and then we ate an amazing buffet dinner at the Wati Plaza Hotel downtown. Dad and me in Casablanca. Our 5th anniversary. Reza and I took the Vactrax to Norway and a hydrofoil to Svalbard. We spent a long weekend travelling around the island. We always talked about going to Svalbard. It's such an incredible place. So majestic and so alien. And I was totally geeking out about going inside the Doomsday Vault. 5 years together. Almost hard to believe. Things have been rocky between us from time to time. It's amazing that we lasted this long. I remember we stayed at the what was the name of that place again? And where was it? I don't remember any of it.
Whoa.
What just happened?
What did just happen? That was unexpected. Huh. Whoa.
It's weird, but I remember nothing from the trip, aside from talking to Reza about it and this photo. We were there, and we've been together for 5 years. Haven't we? Okay, that was not just in my head. Something's definitely going on.
Okay.
No, this is wrong. This feels all wrong. Shit. Am I losing my mind, or is reality glitching?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute now. Let's see what happens if we look at some other stuff.
That's me in Cape Town.
We're going to look at this picture. We're going to look at some other things, and then we're going to touch that other picture.
This must have been Sandy Bay. Oh, beautiful waters. Carefree days. Oh, I miss it.
I wonder if Reza's trying to make contact with us somehow.
I remember this day vividly. 5 minutes after this picture was taken, there was a sudden influx of naked 70-year-old men, and that's when we realized what kind of beach this was. That's me in Cape Town.
Alright, what else can we look at? What about this over here?
Mum, Dad, and me. That was when we moved to Casablanca. Mum and Dad were always moving when I was growing up, because of their jobs. This must have been the 5th or 6th home we moved into. I remember falling in love with the place as soon as we got there. It had all these nooks and crannies, a balcony, and my own room with an awesome view. There were so many hiding places. Me and Mum. We played hide and seek all the time. When she came after me, she would stomp her feet and shout. What was it she'd say again?
I don't know.
I don't actually remember her voice that well. Or her face. Or that she was there with Dad and me.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm officially freaked out.
Yeah, that's pretty freaky.
Mum was... She wasn't... Where was she?
Oh my gosh. Alright, we'll come back to that.